We are doing something today that is a little different, very exciting, and something that is near and dear to my heart, to Adam's heart. We are both technology and science geeks. We are here at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. We absolutely adore this attraction. They have so much, from history to technology, learning about the space program that is happening here in Florida and in the United States. You can find out everything and have a great time. The attractions are fantastic. So we've been looking forward to take you guys along with us in our family. Unfortunately, Adam is not here today. He got called to work. He could not come with, but you know what? Something better. I've got my little one here, Harper, who's so excited to spend her first day in Kennedy Space Center. She's a big space fan, and they gave her, look at this, they gave her this awesome first visit button when we got our tickets, and she enjoys, although she hasn't seen a launch up close, she loves seeing the launches from the house. What are you gonna see today, Harper? Spaceships? Rockets? Lots of space shuttles? Yeah. We need to get through these gates, check out all the attractions, and I cannot wait to show you guys all the awesome things that you can do here for the young and the young at heart, because there is so much for everybody, no matter what you love to do and see. Here is the entrance. You have to go through security. We were just in the rocket garden right here. Harper just wants to sit here and play. But there's so much that she'll be able to do here. And that's what I love. There's something for everybody. We're gonna do this gateway building probably last because it's got so much indoors, and I like to do it last because most people go there first. I also like to do it last because that's usually in the afternoon when the sun is the hottest. Same thing with the IMAX. I try to do that later in the day when I know it's going to be hot out. Now, underneath here, this is really neat. Maybe we can catch one later. They do science experiments that you can watch that relate here to space and physics that the kids and adults would be interested in. They're a lot of fun. So right here, we're up ahead. We're gonna head into the bus tour. Before we head to the bus tour entrance, I wanted to show real quick that the entire complex is not super large. So if there's anybody that has concerns with walking or long distances, the nice part is it's all very easily accessible. The overall space is really nicely used to make it easy to get from one spot to the other. And then the bus tour allows you to get into other parts and areas and see a lot. And you're sitting for that too. And these are nice kind of coach buses. Now, I have Harper today, so I did bring her stroller, and they don't allow the stroller to come with you on the bus tour. So we are gonna drop that off, but it's not a big deal. Like I said, it's not a ton of walking. So for me, it wasn't too tough to carry her or take her around. Let's get our stroller parked and onto these nice buses. Now, when you get in line for the bus tour, here you can see they have multiple loading areas and these really nice coach buses. So the wait is usually really short. It may look long, but that's because they're gonna take a nice photo, memento that you can purchase if you wish, but otherwise you get on the bus almost instantly, especially because they have so many going. So you never wait very long to get on or come back. Here's what I'm really hoping to see. The vehicle assembly building. Hey, come on up, Harper. Let's go pick our spot. Where can we sit? Okay, Harper, are you ready to see more of the shuttles?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you having a good time? Yeah. Are you comfy in these very nice plush coach bus seats? Yep. She's so excited, she's speechless. We're about to get started, and I'll record the bus tour, and it's about 15 minutes there, you know, about 15 minutes back, give or take. You know, sometimes they make a quick stop if they see something fun, but you guys are gonna like this.
Quick things before we really get going. First things first, I need all children to be buckled into their seats. There's going to be no eating or drinking except for water on board the bus. While the bus is in motion, I do need everyone to remain seated. My name's Noah. I'll be your tour escort this afternoon. We're going to have 2 stops along our tour route. The first stop is at the brand new LC39 Gantry, and the second stop is at the Apollo Saturn V Visitor Center. On our way out to the Gantry facility, we'll have about a 10 to 15 minute ride ahead of us. And I have a couple videos I'll play for you folks along the way. Kennedy Space Center is located on the Merritt Island National Wildlife Refuge, so keep your eyes out on the sides of the roads and in the waterways for wildlife. My fingers are always crossed to find an alligator out here. We'll have about a 10 to 15 minute ride ahead of us, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride.
Explore where NASA and its partners are taking us in the future. But before we begin this journey, just like every NASA mission, our #1 goal is to return home safely. So always stay seated while the bus is in motion. Please, no food or drinks on the bus with the exception of water. Please keep conversation to a minimum so others may hear and enjoy the tour. No photography is permitted at the security gates, but there will be plenty of photo opportunities during the tour. By volume, the VAB can fit 3.5 Empire State Buildings, and it would take 250 billion ping pong balls to fill it. It was built in the 1960s for the Apollo program. Every Saturn V rocket that sent humans to the moon was assembled right here. Every space shuttle mission also assembled within these same walls. After the space shuttle program, a major renovation to the inside of this building began to accommodate NASA's next generation of rockets, the Space Launch System, or SLS.
We just arrived at the gantry at LC39. It's in technical rehearsal. You want to see dolphins? Yeah, probably when we get closer to the water. They said that there's lots of animals around here, Harper. It's funny because the bus mentioned gopher tortoises getting into trouble, and we have a number of them by our house, and they absolutely do. They're protected, but those turtles are so funny. They get in such trouble down here. They get where they shouldn't be. Here, look, see, look, here, they even have a whole sign about wildlife here, and those gopher tortoises. Look at this. Look at little alligator you can play with. Look at this. Okay, we'll come over here by the alligator. Okay. Such a Harper thing to do. She wants to make sure she gets a stop to hang out with this alligator here. And there's turtles, yep. So this area here has a lot of information about the local wildlife. I'm excited to go underneath one of those boosters and see what this is all about. Now, there's been a couple times that Adam and I have had the privilege to see one of these mobile launch platforms moving, and sometimes moving some of the rockets that they use, and it goes so slow, but it's so neat to see these in action. I'm glad that they have a display about it. Let's look up. Let's go right under here. Let's see what this is. Oh, this is so neat. Look at that. It says that this is going to go off in 16 minutes, so we'll have to come back. What it's like to be underneath. Another really awesome perk that you need to look into if you want to plan a trip here to the Space Coast, to the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Center, please do yourself a favor. You have to check and see if a launch is happening during your time, because there is nothing like it. And Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex has ability for you to reserve seats, so here they are. And a lot of times the packages include other things that might be like food and drink, but here you can, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit to the best of my ability, but you can see the launch pads directly across this space. And this is one of a couple places where you have opportunity to be seated. Like I said, you can check out different packages, and there's multiple launch sites, but here's one in the distance right here. Harper and I took the elevator up to the top of this Gantry 39 exhibit, and it is absolutely, hands down, spectacular. Just spectacular. You can see multiple launch pads from here, and just the overall environment around and here at Cape Canaveral is just beautiful. They did a really, really good job with this area. You can see SpaceX. They have a building in the background over there. This would be an unbelievable place to watch a launch. And we'll come in, they have some interactive areas right in the inside with some air conditioning too. Here at Gantry 39, they have this awesome test fire experience. Before the rocket is sent into space, the engines must be tested to ensure this function properly, and gives engineers an opportunity to find any flaws and fix them before the launch. So they have this experience here to give you an idea about what it's like, and an awesome countdown with that. So we're in the final minute of this countdown. That was pretty neat. I like that. Next time we should have been up underneath there. So we're saying goodbye to Gantry 39, and we are going to the second and mainly final stop on the bus tour, which is the Saturn V building, which is really, really jaw-dropping. I think Harper's gonna like it. I don't think she remembers when we were here the last time. So just in the back, hopefully we'll come close, but we'll see maybe the Artemis launch pad and the SpaceX launch pad. We made it to the Saturn V building. Harper's so excited to get here. Hi, Harp! Your picture looks great. Let's head on in. As soon as you get off the buses, you experience some videos which take you through the history of the Apollo and the Saturn V missions. Once those are over, you are greeted in this massive building with this replica here, and it is huge. There's a lot of interactive exhibits in here that you can look at. They also have some touch screens here. Harper's playing with one. Hi, Harper! She's having such a fun time taking all sorts of videos and pictures. But this is really, really fun. They also in here have some Snoopy memorabilia. They work with Peanuts, so that is in here and in their gift shop. So let's see what else we can find over here in the Apollo and Saturn V area. Okay, what do you see? Okay, let's see. Wow. Okay, look at all the Apollo missions. And this is the astronauts that were in here, Harper. Look, do you think you'd want to live in here?
No.
She says no. One thing that I always found fascinating when I've been here at the visitor center is looking at all the different suits that the astronauts have worn and how they've changed over the years. It's really, really interesting too. Some of the early ones like we're looking at now and to where they are today even. You know, just everything from boots to their helmets. Oh my. But super neat. Which one do you like best, Harper? You gonna wear one of those? Oh, she likes this one. Okay, good choice. Look at one of these lunar roving vehicles that they have out here on display. I told Harper when she goes into space, you can sit in that seat. Are you gonna drive this?
No.
You gonna go on the moon?
No.
What? I think you'd be a good moon driver.
No.
No, you're not. Are you gonna drive the space shuttle instead? Maybe. This is so neat. Look, leave your footprints on the moon. Okay, walk on there, Harp. Okay, here, walk.
Over here, right here.
Here, maybe she's it's having, there's a few of her footprints. Okay, walk this way. You did it. Here, she got some of them. They were a little delayed. That's so fun. I forgot to add real quick that even though you can't bring your stroller on the bus, they have complimentary strollers on over here. So when you get off the bus, you can grab one of their strollers, and when you're done, you just leave it here and get on the bus to the way back to your strollers that are at the main area. So really neat feature. You don't have to worry about that if you need it. So we just got off the buses and immediately we went into the Atlantis exhibit. And I was going to start once we got inside, but this is pretty neat. You can see it's a little difficult on the camera. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. From here, you can see the Blue Origins building and all of the buildings that they have on their property right across from the visitor complex. This is where the Blue Origin company gets everything that they have for their space projects ready, and it's easily seen by anybody who wants to drive past it. So you can see it from the windows in the Atlantis building. Otherwise, if you drive in, you see it right before you turn into park. So Atlantis is probably hands down my favorite of the buildings. I saved it towards the end of the afternoon because I just want to see Harper's face as we get in. I don't want to give any spoilers, so here we go. I cannot believe it. It is jaw-dropping every time I see the pre-show for the Atlantis. Even Harper loved it. She was kind of dancing around, and then they open up these doors here and you are face to face with the shuttle Atlantis, and it's to see it in person, I don't think that I can even describe it. I could come into this exhibit weekly and still just love every minute of it. So this entire building here has interactive activities. Here you can walk all around it, you can go underneath it. We're gonna head down because I've been promising Harper she could go on some of the slides. But everything that you need to know, look at, even here's the prototype. This is in the opening pre-show, explaining like that's how it all started. Is, you know, somebody who had that dream of this shuttle being reusable, and it's just fantastic. I mean, all the kids, you know, my 2 teenagers now have come when they were little, and now Harper, and she loves this building. Adults who come in here, you just hear them when they open up the doors and you're face to face with it. Like, you just hear the like the oohs and the ahs every single time. Even though this has been here for a number of years, it's just awesome to be so close and just see every little bit of it. You want to go down and go sliding? Okay, let's go on the slide. I made a promise, I have to keep it. Harper went in here and is crawling around. She's having so much fun in this little playground replica. Let's see if she's coming. Oh, this is, here, can I get my little one? Thank you. Great job, Harper. Great job. Great job. Again? Okay. Go ahead, Harp. Okay. Okay. So here is a replica of the International Space Station, and that's what she's crawling through. It gives you some facts about how big it is. Did you have fun? I think all the kids are loving this. Before we go downstairs, you can see kind of the overview of everything upstairs, the back of the shuttle. Oh, that's some lightning and thunder. That's where we're headed, down here to the slide. And then they have some more exhibits for Atlantis, some more displays of what it's like in the shuttle, and of course a nice gift shop. So we got downstairs and the slide was pretty steep and fast. So Harper decided it wasn't quite for her, but there are a lot of people having fun. And she is going to skip the shuttle launch experience as well. Right over here, you can experience an interactive shuttle launch. You know, you sit in a seat and it simulates what the astronauts go through in that launch, and that is here as well. You can ride the simulator. Again, Harper's a little nervous for that, so I don't want to take her in there. but it is so much fun and it's definitely a must-do. Before we head out of the Atlantis building, we went into the simulator area, and Harper's having a lot of fun pushing all the buttons. And you can also practice docking, landing the orbiters over there, working with a robotic arm. That's what she's doing right now, working with the robotic arm. And it's giving you instructions and what buttons to push. And you can see everybody's having a really, really great time. You know, after finishing up at the Atlantis building here, we are on our way to the Gateway building that's towards the entrance. So I did everything here kind of backwards. I started with the bus tour, but they do have plenty of options to eat. I regret that I got tied up and ended up not taking any video of the lunch that Harper and I had, but I had a nice salad over in the Apollo building and the Saturn V building, and Harper just had a cheese pizza. It was plenty, a lot for her. And they have this Orbit Cafe here, hamburgers, Cuban sandwiches, salads. They had turkey sandwiches, and she's interested, and maybe we'll try to grab her a little snack, a little ice cream. There is mobile order here, and the other thing to note is that everything here is by credit or card. There is no cash here at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. So make sure you take note of that. Well, we just stopped at the Milky Way ice cream. Harper got a very nice cup of chocolate ice cream with sprinkles. Does it taste good? Yeah. So while we're on an ice cream break, we made our way over to the front area. I like to do the Gateway building closer to the end of the day because most people come in here first because it's the first thing they see when they come in the gate. And the Gateway exhibit, it's actually Gateway, the Deep Space Launch Complex is the full name of it, is fairly new, only opened a couple years ago. But it has all of the new designs that are proposed and are in flight for space exploration today. You will see things from SpaceX, from Blue Origin, Boeing, all of those new and up and coming space projects are here in the Gateway building. They also have some really cool interactive attractions. So once we finish there, we'll see how things are looking. We did have a little bit of rain. There's a splash pad that we'll see if Harper's up for, but she has had a long day. We'll see what she gets through. I'm excited to head in here next. How neat, Harper. Look at this. So this building is relatively small compared to some of the other ones. It is technically just one level. They have some attractions over here that you can visit and enjoy. Right now it says the wait times are 30 minutes for each of those. And then in here, they have a really neat opportunity that's virtual reality. You need to use a QR code and get a reservation. And it gives you an idea of what it's like in the Blue Origin capsule to go into orbit. SpaceX, flight suits. Here's the Boeing Starliner over here. Boeing's current suits design. And here is that virtual reality. But again, you have to have a virtual reality. You have to have a, sorry, not virtual. You have to have a code and a time, a reservation. And make sure you do that first thing in the morning. Look it. Oh, they're doing some, are they doing some experiments? Okay, we'll see what she's doing. That's one nice thing, that they do have a lot of these throughout the visitor complex.
What's the coolest thing you saw while you were here?
I love so many of these touch screens where you can interact with the exhibits here. This one's from Artemis. But up here they also have some of the rockets that actually were used. The long one right there was used twice and now has its forever home here in the Gateway building. But pretty neat. Before we get out of the Gateway building, Harper saw this Boeing Starliner simulator, and she has loved every one of the simulators she's gotten onto, but they've usually been really busy, so she didn't have a lot of opportunity. So here, this is pretty neat. So she can't do the virtual reality opportunity that's here in this building, but these make it nice for little ones or for anybody who doesn't want a super, thrilling experience, but you can still enjoy what it's like in a simulator and even seating. Okay, Harper, are you gonna pilot the rocket? Okay, blast off.
No, I don't blast.
Here we go.
What?
Looks like you're up in space.
But I can't see it.
Right next to it, though, kind of caught my eye because SpaceX has a display for the Cargo Dragon. And they've had a lot of really fun rocket launches recently in the last couple years. And this is the Cargo Dragon. But you can take a look at the Kennedy Space Center website and it will tell you which launches are taking place. It doesn't really matter which company it is, they do at least list. It's like a list in totality of what's happening. So if you want to align your trip with that, go ahead, and the trips are planned out. Now you need to be aware that they don't always happen on the day that they are scheduled for. So they can be scrubbed and moved to another date. That's the risk that you take. But it is an experience that is unlike anything you've ever experienced in your life to see a rocket launch. So I highly recommend it. Well, everybody, I think this wraps up just a phenomenal day. I can't express enough how passionate Adam and I are. We love all of the Space Coast activities here at Kennedy Space Center, whether it's SpaceX launches or Blue Origin or the NASA Artemis program. All of it is so thrilling. And a lot of people think that maybe it's just for an older crowd, but kids like Harper love it just as much. And there's so much to do here. I am so thankful that Kennedy Space Center invited us out because I have been wanting to share this amazing, amazing location here in Central Florida that people sometimes forget about. I highly recommend, and I know Adam does too, that you take the time to add it to your trip list, especially if you're a space enthusiast, because there's so much to do, there's so much to learn, and everyone of all ages can enjoy it. Harper, did you have a good time today? She did. Did you love it? She doesn't want to leave, which is why actually I'm doing my wrap-up video right here in the simulator. It's quiet and she doesn't want to leave. Do you want to leave? Well, wish me good luck. Hopefully I can get her out of here. If you had a great time today, can you please hit the thumbs up button, hit that subscribe. We love to cover everything here in Central Florida, from theme parks to attractions. And we will see you on the next live stream. It is not a goodbye, but a see you real soon. Bye-bye from Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex.